24 were injured and... But our question seems more like a punchline. Almost 10,000 people came here to the state convention to not only voice their support for their candidates, contra los migrantes y contra los mexicanos. The facility can currently house 500 people, but there are plans to expand it to serve 500 more. United ISD administrators were made aware of this incident just last night. Today, a report was filed, and now 2 of their students sit at a juvenile detention center. But as we make our way further into this facility, we'll see their jewel, which is a showroom. Sightings of dead fish like this one are becoming worrisome to residents. That was well after the territory that it sits upon transferred hands from Mexico to the United States. But there's a big difference in these numbers. In UISD, of these 3,000, about 58% were considered economically disadvantaged. But in 2009, we can tell that both of them saw a decrease. That was due to the recession, and since then, we've been growing. Winter birds fly into Zapata for 2 reasons.
The weather. The weather is so much kinder to old bones.
My fish poles are there ready for fishing for the Falcon Lake Babes tomorrow.
It's what keeps them hooked.
I've been coming here probably close to, not steadily, but for 40 years.
Joanne Olson, Osina Buck, Lehman Justice, they all fell in love with their seasonal home.
There's not another lot that's as nice as this.
And they've spread roots.
Our residence is here. We claim homestead on this property. Our driver's license are here. This is our home now.
They live in Four Seasons Mobile Home Park, close to Falcon Lake, but perhaps too close.
They've gotten a letter from IBWC.
27 letters have been sent out to people living on the United States flowage easement managed by the International Boundary and Water Commission.
This that's beyond that 307 traverse line that everybody has part of their homes on.
It's a zone they've determined to be prone to flooding due to the Falcon Reservoir. In order to conduct any activity on this property, you need a permit or license. Decades ago, a commercial license was granted for this mobile home park, but later the land was parceled and sold to some people who did not know their property crossed that boundary.
Here, part of their homes are actually on property that was sold to them. They assumed that they owned it, but the whole thing, but they don't.
So who owns it?
IBWC.
Now, they've come to take it back.
All at the owner's expense.
Among the residents who have received letters at Four Seasons, you'll find veterans from World War II, people who are disabled, retirees, and just about all of them in their golden years. Some are only asked to move as little as their porch, but yet others need to move much more.
This would have to be removed, and this would have to be removed up to here. And you cannot do it without destroying the whole home. This home is over 40 years old. You can't take the additions off and move it, it would fall apart.
Joanne Olson and her husband Prentice invested about $85,000 to remodel this home. Similar investments were made by neighbors.
I already have $48,000 investment in the house originally. And then to think of it costing $40,000, $50,000 to remove, I have no idea.
They're deeply invested in these properties that were long ago fused to the ground.
Why after all this time?
This is, I think, a real example of the negligence from the Boundary Water. And they could have nipped it in the bud instead of all of us being victims 22 years later.
They have been given a deadline that's coming up next month to move, but some just don't know where to move to.
You know, if we do end up being homeless, we may end up back in the cold country in the snow by my son and daughter-in-law. And they have their own family. So, and it would be harder on us. We wouldn't live as long, I'm sure.
What have you heard about Cotulla?
Jobs ended, companies left, companies folded. Some of them declared bankruptcy.
It was a boom, and right now, well, we hope everything is coming back.
A drive down quiet roads still show the scars of the oil boom that went bust 2 years ago. But the hum of nearby airplanes at the Cotulla-La Salle County Airport is steadily growing louder.
We
were limited with our old runway because it wouldn't handle the bigger jets.
That changed.
We made a decision to target the airport as an economic development tool.
But to see this change,
05 Sierra Hotel, this is Cotulla Unicom. There's no reported traffic, sir.
you may need to adjust
We're ready then.
your perspective. The runway has been expanded to a competitive 6,005 feet.
The larger jets, we're seeing about a 40% increase.
Larger jets carry more people who contribute to local taxes developing businesses other than oil and gas.
We have tried over the course of time to diversify the economy.
They want to attract international business and have applied to become a foreign trading zone. A larger tarmac will hold the visitors who will soon be welcomed at their new terminal. This stake indicates where the terminal will end. It'll begin just a little past that fence. Construction is expected to begin in about 4 months, and it's expected to be completed in time for the next hunting season. By improving the airport, city leaders hope to improve tourism.
Hunting has always been a mainstream of Cotulla's economic stability.
More visitors would help dozens of hotels that opened after the oil boom and are now longing for better days.
Everybody's hoping that this is going to pick up by the next month.
Idalia Escamilla is general manager at this extended stay hotel, Candlewood Suites, which usually caters to a certain clientele.
We offer also the racks so they can clean their boots.
In the near future, the business landscape could look different, believes Mayor Garcia.
A lot of this might not be ever come back the same, but if it does, it will take some time.
For now, hope is on the horizon. I'm Valerie Gonzalez.